Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I will take you to the next level on a coloring page. I realized that I love to start new pages while recording, and yeah, most of the times I left the video with the base layer, and yeah, you only get to see the ugly page. So I will take it to the next level today and see if we can color the page, layer up the page, and yeah, let's have a look. I have the new coloring book by Hannah Carlson. It is stunning, really. And I started this one. So I based the page and it's in an ugly stage. Yeah, it's one of my favorites in the book. I had a vision for it, and yeah, I have used different types of pencils. I did a statue with luminance pencils and realized I don't like them on this paper. So I switched to the Prismacolors and I based the rest with Prismas. I did a little bit of the castle, but or the church. I don't know. It might be a church, right? With this stained glass window. But I don't know. I wanted to make those orangey bricks, but to me it looks like a pumpkin. So yeah, I don't know. We will see how the end result will look, and otherwise we have a pumpkin church. We will see. It's all okay. But yeah, for this one I've used luminance and I based it with olive brown 10%, and I will start layering and adding more colors to it to make this old weathered look statue. And I already placed some of the highlights because I wanted the effect of the sun is shining behind, so the light is yeah, creating those fun reflections on the statue. Oh, yeah, so let's start and see where it brings. I like to zoom you in, and I know the page is really ugly at the moment. And I'm not sure about this color combination. It's really remind me of pumpkin. What do you think about it? Let me know. This is the luminance, and I didn't like it. Oh, I run out hand cream, and I use a little bit of body lotion on my hands, but it's really sticky. I got a plush of my sweater stuck to my hands. I don't know. I don't like the feel of it. I have to go to the store to get myself some new hand cream. I didn't like the feel of those pencils, but I have a vision in mind with those pencils, so I will try and see if it will work. So I will cover up my little pinky to protect the smear of the body lotion. I really wanted to start filming instead of going to the store. I have to do the groceries still, so that's something I also can do tomorrow. Yeah, you can hear it. It is not a match made in heaven. I don't like it. It's almost the pencils are gliding over the paper, and it's hard to create yeah, to get the pigment onto the paper. With the Prismas didn't have any problems, and I know the Polychromos pencils will work great also on this paper, but the luminance are just not a good match. But I like the colors, so that's why I struggle myself. Trouble myself with it, not struggle. I'm struggling, but yeah. I like to place some highlights on certain parts of the statue. And if I don't like the look of it enough, I can always add in some more green to create this more moss feeling. So yeah, I start with a lightest color as a base layer, go on top with a mid-tone, and I yeah, will start layering. We'll place the darker tones at the edges of the statue, and then I will use the bright colors from the stained glass on the rest of it. I think it's such a fun page, and yeah, I don't know if my outcome will look great as I had in mind, and that's okay. If we never try and never fail, we cannot learn, right? We have to try certain things before you are able to make your progress on the pages. And for some reason, I really like to start new pages on camera and then finish it off on my own. And if it won't work out, I can simply not post it, right? And not share the video. Well, I do. I will share every video. But I kind of feel a little pressure today. And that's not a bad thing. So let's start with the darker one. Normally I don't start with my favorite page in the book, but I try to break some of the habits that I have, that I keep my favorite pages, and I just try to enjoy the process more. If my favorite page is a double page spread, I try to do more doubles to enjoy the coloring experience more for myself. Yeah, I try to feel less pressed by the amount of pages that I put out every month. And so far, I am enjoying this mindset. It is simply just a mindset switch. So yeah, that's great. And if it don't turn out the way that I wanted, and yeah, then I learned something from it, right? So I try to enjoy the process also a little bit more. Don't be afraid of the pages anymore. I go in with the lightest one to blend it together. And I start in the middle and then take it out. Not from the darkest part. I like to keep some of those shaded colors. Yeah. I hope it will turn out the way that I imagined. So I picked up some of the prismas, just the ones that I had around in the little nub holder. And it is canary yellow, I think. Number 923 and 900 and what is this? 5. Those are the colors that I've used on the reflections. And I don't mind creating those really bright reflections here. I think it can be fun, something different. Normally I don't color those type of things. We even can add in some of the gel pen or paint pen in the end. Can I zoom in more? Yes, I can. Great. So we even can add in those lines. Maybe bright Posca. Yellow for the yellow part, and this is aqua, a red one on the red part, and yeah, make it work. I think it can be very playful. Let's try to blend it together with the loomies. And I placed those shading just random. I didn't think about it, so it might be wrong. It might not in the right order. I just put them where I liked it. But I think it can be a great effect, and yeah, something I had in mind and wanted to try out. And I'm not sure if I only will add it on the statue to create this magical look, or that I also want to add it a little bit on the leaves that are growing here, the vines. It's different for sure than my other colorings. I cannot recommend the luminance on this paper, really. You might want to go with different colors. I went a little bit over the edge here. It's okay. And I blend it and fade it out, because light is not a harsh line, right? It got this, glow around it. So I try to create it. But I'm not sure if it will work out the way that I imagined. But we will figure it out in the end, and yeah. So far I think I like the way it's going. Maybe it needs more green. I have this moss green of the prismas. No, yeah, it is, but yeah, it might work. This paper really don't like the luminance. It's not a great match. Sometimes we have paper that is really great for luminance, or prisma. Then we have paper that really don't like it. It's always good to try your different materials. Yeah, I like the more green look. I also have the espresso next to me. To add it in the parts we really like to get dark. You also can add in some of the gray tones or black tones, or I like to create this weathered statue. It's been here for years, and yeah, it's growing all those vines, and there are those cute little bunnies on the bottom. I'm not sure how to color them, but I gave them a quick base layer, so there is at least some color. Keep it this way. I will finish the rest off on my own. It will take a long time, right? I'm already 15 minutes in, and I only color this little part. Yeah, I'm not sure about those bricks, so let's see if we color one around here, and if I still have the pumpkin feeling about it. So I picked up pumpkin orange, right? We can laugh about it. Yeah, maybe. It is not red enough. Maybe. I will cover a larger area to play and see. Just a quick extra layer. I also have this orange, mineral orange. Maybe it's too yellowish. Yeah. And maybe this page don't turn out the next level, and that's okay. Then I will call it my next level fail. Yeah, what do I like? A little of the cream. I like the weathered look of the mossy growing onto the bricks. And yeah. I have based it with this beige color 997. I will give it a blend. And then I start with the shading around the other bricks. Maybe I have to add in some terracotta color. Do we have it in this set? I will have a look quickly. Oh, the other set. I have my luminance at one side and Christmas at the other. This one maybe, is this terracotta? No. This one, 994. It's more reddish tone, reddish orange. See how yeah, this is exactly what was missing. And then the moss green. Not everywhere, but certain parts I like to add it. And then I will try to fix my pumpkin bricks. Do you like it better with or without? Let me know. When I first looked at the page, I saw myself coloring it in a grey stone look. But I wanted to create some colorful page. So I started with orange, otherwise I wanted to change my mind today. I'm pretty sure. So, sometimes it's just go for it. It's better. I don't know if you can see the difference. It's really more brickwork now compared to pumpkin. And maybe it's just because the way it's drawn up here. I don't know. So let's do another brick. And you can see on certain parts I press a little bit harder and others I barely touch the page. You can see the difference in pigment on the page. Around the objects where I think there must be more shading, then I press a little harder compared to the parts that I think there's less shading. A little of orange, not too much. And you can throw in different colors of stones all the way around. There in every building, if you have a close look, there's no brick the same. And that's fun about things that are made with nature products, right? It's bricks are made of clay, baked clay. So it's a nature product and they are not all the same and we can do whatever we want. go in with a line peel. So if you want to make a more grayish one up here and a more brown brick down here, we can do it. It's just your page, go with it. And if you like to make a pink castle or church, go for it. And maybe you like to have a pink with a blue statue and purple wings. Yeah, why not? Alright. Sometimes I have to think what I like to put first. For me, this is a lot of different colors on the same object. Most of the times I try to keep it at 3 colors to make it easier to follow. Yeah, today we are throwing in a lot more colors. I like to add more red up here. I call it red, but it is terracotta. It's more reddish brown. This process takes a long time, the longest time of the whole page. And normally I like to do this part while watching YouTube or listening to YouTube to watch the colorists. Sometimes listen to the radio, sometimes take some pencils with me downstairs and then coloring on the kitchen table, dining table. Having some conversations with my boys. Yeah, liking it. It's great. It was the solution, the terracotta. In my mind, it is less pumpkin. If you think it's still a pumpkin building, you can, change it up. So, I want to create some of those stones. The same look. First, I wanted to create also the reflections on this stonework. I think it will be a little bit too much if we add those colors. If you like it, you can do it. Especially the outer ones that are sticking out a little bit more. And I'm holding all the pencils in my hand. Especially when I'm using a lot of different colors on a small area and switch around those colors. I like to hold them so I can pick them up when needed. Adding more shading. Adding some mossy green. Blend it together with a beige. Yeah, liking it. It's okay. So this is how I will color the rest of the church, the stones. For the windows, I have used cool gray for the stained glass frames. And I will just add some more shading on certain parts. Take a sip of my tea first because I think it's cold already. It's really cold. I made my tea before I set up the filming. I had to set up the camera again. I did a flip through yesterday. The message from husband. So I did a setup yesterday. I removed it. I wanted to film the flip through of the book before diving in and coloring it. So this morning I had to adjust the camera again. Put it on the right angle, and I always take everything from my desk for the flip through. So I had to put everything back and yeah. And I already made my tea, so now it's even colder than usually. I like it. I will dive in with a lighter gray. Let me find it. Luckily in the Prismacolor set there are plenty of options. So I was using the 70%, this is 50, I think this is 30, I don't need it, I like the very light one and I want the darker one. Or will I go with black? We will see. I leave it open next to me and I can pick up the one that I need. So I take the middle color just a little out. To leave some space for the highlights. And then this is the 10%. Yeah. I like to darken up some edges. Then make the decision. I go for the cool gray 90% and not the black. We always can add in the black later, if it's necessary. I didn't even sharpen this one, just replaced it. Maybe have it next to me, or maybe not. Is it this one? No, I think this is indigo blue. It doesn't matter, right? We can use a long pencil. Let me sharpen it. Sorry for the noise. I will mute you. Moment. Yeah, this is good enough. I like to add the shading on some parts to create more depth. Not everywhere. It's okay to keep some parts really highlighted. But you clearly can see the page from being a base layer, getting an upgrade onto the more end result. And I think that is really satisfying to see the page come alive. Yeah, liking it. This is just too much highlight. Was not working for me. And also here, I don't mind that there's a glow around, but some parts. Okay. What will I do with the windows? Yeah, add another layer. This is the 905. I don't know the color name because it's sharpened from the pencil. It was hard to pick my colors for the stained glass, but having those kind of primary colors works nice. Not really primary, right? It's not a blue, but yeah, can work. I need something lighter. Will I go in with white and make it really simple for myself? Let's see how yeah, it can work. That's okay. I will blend it out, mix them together. You can use some pressure. I'm not planning to add many more layers on it. Normally I like to use the white gel pen to outline the glass, but I'm not sure because it's stained glass. Do we need it this way? Yeah, let me know. What do you think? Will it look better with the white outlines? It needs just some more, but I'm not sure what color to put in. Is it indigo blue? Just a little from the edge. Yeah, that's a great one. It is not too harsh. It creates a little glow around. You can see the difference between this one and this one. And I barely touch. Just to outline the window. To create some shading from the window. Stained glass window. And also in the edge. Not everywhere, just certain parts. Great. Let's move on to the red. I have to sharpen it because it's really blunt, and try to color in there will be hard. I'm using an M&R sharpener. Good enough. This one is loose in here. A little bit annoying. But I have all my pencil extenders in use. So yeah. You have to go with it. I hope you enjoy this type of video. It's different compared to the other ones. I have to focus more and I notice it by myself that I am more concentrated. Usually I color one part, like the brickwork, all the way up to the end, and then I will start something else, and then I have time while coloring certain objects to think how to tackle the glass, for an example. And now I just go with the flow, color a little bit all around the page. To give you an idea in how to tackle it, liking it. So I will use those colors. Overall, 923, 916, 905 and a little hint of 901 for the stained glass. And I only put the indigo blue just around the edge of everything. Not sure about those windows yet, but we will see. So this is how I like to color the windows, the bricks, the statue. We are left with the leaves. So I'll move the book up a little bit. See those cute bunnies? I still have to think about those. I'm not sure how to color them. So for the fine, I base it with sap green light 120. Will I add in the Prussian green? I'm not really sure, but we will see. And you can see again a small Prussian green. Using this color all the time. Yeah, and maybe I like to have some different combinations on those leaves. So maybe I will add some Prussian green at certain leaves and dive in with dark green maybe. Let's have a look together at different green tones. Yeah, dark green can work. So dark green. And I leave a little line in the middle. So I can go back in with this one. Let me sharpen it. This one. Not too much. I don't want the pencil to break. I blend it together with 120. And then a little bit of the white. And I do the same with the ones that I colored with the Prussian green. I like the contrast of the dark one better. Can we just go over it for this easy fix? Yeah. So, no Prussian green. And it can have a little bit of a different color, right? It is nature. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Yeah. And you can add in so much detail as you want. And you can just cover the whole leaf without any detail, if you like. Same with the bricks, you don't have to take all your time how I colored it. It's okay to give your own spin at it. Liking it. I'm liking it a lot, really. Another sip of my tea. All those leaves can take up a long time. The process is really slow. I don't mind those type of coloring details. It can be really relaxed to zone out. Get in the coloring zone. If I have an appointment, I set my alarm clock because when I go in the coloring zone, I forget totally about time. And sometimes I look up and I see it's just several hours later. And those times I have the most fun in my coloring. really being there in the moment, totally relaxed. Yeah. I hope you also experience those coloring zones. The vine itself, how do you call it? I have no idea. I will darken it up. So it will stand out against the statue. Okay, what do we have? On the bottom we have those type of leaves. Those can be colored with a Prussian green. I based it with a lime peel, I can see. So let's blend it together with lime peel. Tricky to hold those pencils. I don't want to swap out the pencils all the time for my extenders. And I have plenty really, but I have just more little nubbies at the moment. Yeah, this is just my usual color combination. Just leave room for some highlights. And I don't have really a plan with them. I just color them how I feel like coloring them. And if you think, oh, it can need some more shading on some parts, let me find the espresso. Then you can add in the espresso around certain parts. Or, yeah. Espresso is a great color to shade. It gives a more natural look at your page compared to black. Black can be too harsh sometimes. Let's do the bunny. Create a brown one. I based it with a Vegetation 1080, and I will start layering with, there's no number anymore, a light umber, I think. I don't overthink, I just dive in. If I start overthinking those kind of things, in the end I will color barely anything. I follow the fur, how do you say it? The illustration. And I go up and down now. I don't do the circles. And I go quick. If I overthink this part, I will have trouble with myself and be afraid to color it. But if I dive in and just go with the flow, the end result will be okay. This is the Vegetation. I blend certain parts together, not all. I like to have lighter paws. Cute fluffy bunnies. And go in with white on the tip of the ears, around the eye, around the nose, and every edge of the fur. The little cute paws, bunny feet. Liking it. The thing I really enjoy is the really dark eyes. So I will throw in the black. Do I have fine line here? I have one. By Faber-Castell. It's an artist pen fine liner. A small one. And I hope it's still working. I just black out the whole eye and leave it this way. Then I will pick up a little pink tone. Yeah, it's pinkish. It is light peach, I think. Because of my use of hand cream, I always rub off my color numbers. A little hint of nectar. It's the same that I've used in the ears. I used first a little bit of the light peach and then a little bit of nectar in the shading parts. This is how I like to color also this bunny and this one. I don't know yet, so I will leave it this way. Maybe it will be a black one. Then I go in with black and yeah, do a little bit of cool gray for the highlights. Yeah. I like to dive in with the black. We have to put in a really small eye. I have a Posca today. I also have my monochrome. I can use them both if I like. But I have my Posca. And then we do a little drop. And a tiny, tiny. Can you see how small I was able to? Sometimes it works, sometimes it just gives a big block. I always try to test a little bit to see how the paint is flowing. Whoa. But yeah, this is how I will continue the whole page. I think I showed you everything. The bunny, I will do the same. This one I will go in with dark gray, black, and some light gray highlights. Kind of like how I've colored the stained glass outlining. So yeah, let me zoom you out. So I hope you liked the effect, the page. Oh. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Let me know if you will try this out or if you have a different idea for the page. I'm curious. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye!